Okay, so I apologize for the sound quality and the helmet. However, I didn't want to lose this thought, and I thought it might be worth sharing. So, if you think of your life as a river, much of the time you're in the river, and the river isn't this nice, calm, clear, soothing river. It's more of a river after a torrential downpour or a storm. It's often murky, filled with debris, and moving very quickly. It might even be a raging river. And often we're in the river and our eyes are closed because it's so dirty. Or even if we open our eyes, we can't see because it's moving too quickly and everything is unclear. And we're basically getting flipped around, tossed around, scrambling, swimming, maybe reaching for things, basically reacting to what's coming at us at every moment, especially in today's world. And we might even try to swim for shore, but we're not really certain where shore is. And then we'll come up for breaths, we'll take a few quick breaths, maybe even look around, get our orientation, and back in the river. Sometimes we take those breaths and do it as simply a checking it off the list. Okay, I've taken care of myself, now back into the busyness and the chaos. Other times, we're literally taking those breaths to survive. But often they're with the mouth open and not closed, gulping water and back in the river. So the point of using breathing as the portal into your nervous system is to slow down the river, to actually make it much more clear, slowing it down, using specific breathing practices that work. We know that happens because they change the vagal regulation of our heart and our respiratory sinus arrhythmia. In other words, as we breathe in, the heart rate goes up, and as we lengthen our exhales, we can really slow down our heart rate. So we know that physiologically we can shift our state and slow down the river. But that's not the end goal. That's part of it. Then we actually want to be able to step out of the river, or at least sit alongside the river, and really use our breathing, and then start feeling it in our body and develop what's called interoceptive awareness, so that we start getting in touch with the state of our nervous system, and we begin to map and track it, and we can see the river. We can see the storms coming and the river starting to speed up, and we can start to slow it down before it gets out of control. So that's another part, is developing interoceptive awareness such that we can get ahead of the storm, ahead of the rage, either the mobilization or the immobilization, giving up, checking out. And that's still not the complete picture. Then we want to actually be able to get back in the river. We want to be able to swim with the water and look around and see what's there. Avoid the sticks, the rocks, the murkiness when possible. Sometimes we can't, but at least we can go through it with an awareness, with the ability to respond how we'd like to versus just react. So that's the other key part, is we want to be able to get back in the river and actually experience life, swim in the currents, paddle on our backs when possible, really enjoy the sun, enjoy the bike ride I was just on, while realizing that often the bike ride, the exercise, the breathing, those are ways to slow down the river enough that we can step out of it, see what's going on, check in with our bodies, take an actual breath through our nose, not just our mouth, and then to get back in the river of life, back in the experience, and begin to cultivate more meaningful, healthy, happy relationships, do good work that we believe in, and enjoy this life. So that's why I pulled over on my bike and have the helmet on. You can probably hear the breeze blowing, because I was in the rage of the river, and I got on my bike, slowed the river down, stepped out of the river, spoke to you into my phone. And now I'm going to get back into the river with an awareness and a clarity and a sense of opportunity and wonder and maybe even a little joy and optimism. Thanks.